What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Area 51 podcast. I'm here with Joe Saman, also known as Joe Gotti. How you doing, my man?
Good. How are you, Zane?
Good. I'm glad to have you out.
Man, thanks for having me.
There's a lot to do with you, man. You kind of do a lot. So you own some stores. You're a comedian on social media.
Yep.
You're a comedian in general.
Yeah.
I want to get into all that. So tell us a little bit about how you started and like, what's the best way to put this? Did you always know you were funny? Did you have you always kind of been a jokester?
I don't want to toot my own horn and say I always known I was funny. I was a class clown.
You were?
In high school. I always mess with people. I always like to get people's attention. And I think that's one of the things with being a comedian. You want everyone's attention.
Right.
Because that's the whole point of it. So I was always a class clown. My dad was really funny. So I picked up a lot from him.
You always bantering back and forth at the
Oh,
house?
yeah.
Yeah.
My dad also used to mess with me so much. So I think you grow up. I don't know how you
kind of pick up humor.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you're going to be what you're around.
Right. Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's a saying to that. You are most like the 5 people you're around. So I mean, if you're around your family joking around all the time, I'm sure you'll pick up a lot of that.
But I got started. Let's see. I got started about 3 years ago on TikTok, pre-COVID.
Yeah. Okay. So real quick on that topic, I was looking through your social medias, and so there was like kind of normal on your social media, like family stuff and stuff like that before COVID. During the pandemic, did you kind of get like this idea? You're like, dude, I'm just gonna blow up, or like I'm gonna start videos, or like how that sort of come about?
It was honestly just random, and when you go viral once, that dopamine, man, that feeling of going viral is like one of the best feelings ever.
Yeah. How can you explain that? Like,
shit. The first time is, you just keep looking at your phone.
You're like,
you're just like, holy shit, I'm blowing up.
Ding, 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 ding,
you just
ding,
see comments. And, I used to leave that shit on just so I could see.
Just so you could hear it.
Now I can't do it, and which is a really good thing.
Yeah,
I'm glad that it worked out good. But I started off in the gas station. I worked at the gas station with my dad in Stanton, Kentucky, Eastern Kentucky. Okay. So
you got a lot of characters.
A lot of If you watch my social media, I do a lot of country stuff. I do a lot of like the hillbilly stuff. But I also grew up in that technically because I worked my whole life there for like 12 years there with him.
So did you actually do construction and stuff like that?
No,
too?
But construction workers come in the store,
and so you kind of
I ride their ass. And if you grow up in a store, and especially in a small town, it's always everybody. You can bust everyone's balls.
Yeah,
it's normal to do that.
Yeah, people aren't so like quick to be like, you know what I mean? Well, some people.
Some people are really quick. If I read my comments, man, they're ruthless in there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got a bunch of people.
Boy, you don't work construction. You know what I'm saying? They're like,
yeah, this isn't your rodeo.
You see these hands?
Yes.
It's a working man's hands. Like you see that type of stuff.
Yeah. But there's a lot of people coming in and out of there. So you're picking up on those people trying to, get an idea.
But I started off, I started doing TikTok with my brother, my big brother. He's 7 years older than me. We worked together. And we were in the office, and TikTok, I saw like a couple things. I was like, not even that. No, I mean, I just downloaded it. And I was like, what is this bullshit? And then I looked at it, and I was like, this is bullshit. Deleted it. My brother got back on it. He's like, it's actually got really funny videos on it, Joe.
Yeah, like you got to try it out.
Re-download it again.
Yeah.
I downloaded it again. And we tried before that every single social media to try to do videos on.
Try to do something.
It's not like we just did it randomly, but we would try it and then just give up on it. Like, what was it? Vine?
Yeah, Vine was big though.
Vine was huge. That's TikTok now,
Well, yeah, I think Vine, and then also what was the other one? Musical.ly. I think Musical.ly was one. They all kind of like TikTok kind of saw all the past things, was like, we're gonna try to make the better one of all of these. Exactly. That's kind of what I think TikTok is.
I didn't know what Musical.ly was.
Yeah.
And I think that's what all those really famous TikTokers were on before.
Yeah. Like I think that's what started, because I think what Vine really was like the really quick pace, because I think Vine had a limit of like 6 or 10 seconds, so you had to do a lot in very quick time. But Musical.ly was where you could like dance to a song, and that's where I think TikTok, like a lot of that boom is on TikTok. It's like a lot of people dancing to sounds that aren't theirs.
Yeah,
and I think that's like where Musical.ly comes in. But anyways, you're trying to try out different social medias.
Yeah, I tried everything, man. I did. There was another one, Social Cam. Remember that?
Social Cam. I've actually never tried that one.
Never. you're young.
Yeah.
It's out of your league. No, I'm just kidding. No, I tried all of them other than that. We recorded some videos in the office. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Then I said, you know what? I'm seeing all these people going viral on here. I'm gonna post.
You gonna try it out?
I started watching Gary Vee.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Yeah, I started watching Gary Vee. Gary Vee's like, post 3 times a day, 5 times, hammer it, hammer the content. I'm like in the store. I'm like, we can do skits in here.
Yeah.
I saw a guy in like a little bodega in New York do a skit in his store, and he was viral as hell. And I was like, I could do that better.
Right.
I didn't.
And with you,
spit on it.
and then with you being, class clown and stuff, you thought you could have that personality.
Yeah. So then I never started it with the intention. I mean, everybody wants to go viral. Everyone wants to do good. But I never had the intention to go like almost make it into like a living.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I don't know if everyone does, but it worked out really good. My dad, actually, my first viral video, I was spinning spaghetti and he was making that, that
the
noise.
Ding, 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 ding.
The spaghetti?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, no, I was explaining the video was making that,
yes,
and I was like, if it don't make that noise, I don't want it.
Yeah.
And I was recording my mom and my dad. I wasn't even in the video. I was just recording it. My dad started dying laughing, and then my mom didn't find it funny.
She
didn't find it funny. And then that day, my dad kept telling me, he goes, you try too hard.
Yeah.
Picture an error. You try too hard. You try too hard. You need to be more natural.
Yeah.
And I did that.
Yeah.
Went viral that next day.
That's wild.
Yeah.
And so that was like kind of the conversation that was like, okay.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is awesome, you know?
And I'm sure like blowing up, dude, like you said, your phone, that dopamine. Because like we haven't had anything as viral as your videos, dude. You've got some that are up there.
I've done some big ones.
Yeah. So we had one video on TikTok, and the first time I texted him or called him, and I was like, dude, what the fuck is going on? My phone is blowing up. And it was pretty cool. So I can imagine even at your level, like some of those videos, the reaction or how you feel.
Man, 50,000, 20,000 views is awesome. Yeah. If you get 20,000 views, you should be like super proud of yourself. But don't ever, if you're going to try to get in the content game, don't ever like just look at the numbers. Yeah. Just enjoy yourself. Just like the regular bullshit everyone says, enjoy yourself. But it's true.
Yeah.
Because if you try to hit a home run every single time, you're gonna make yourself not like it anymore.
Right.
And then you'll eventually quit.
You'll burn yourself out.
You're gonna burn yourself out over it.
So going to the content, after you had that first viral video, and with you saying that, how did you like take your next steps? Because after you had a viral video, how did you go about learning how to like post good content pretty often, staying consistent, those things?
Honestly, man, I focused more on getting at least like the content didn't have to be like amazing because I think actually I was thinking about this earlier and I wanted to say this. I think if you're a comedian, you don't necessarily have to have like the best cut video,
right? Especially
Especially on TikTok. If you're like a food content creator, you need to have a pretty high definition.
Right. Well, you're wanting to see,
and you're cooking food, but
right, you're wanting to see something.
My phone was like at the time maybe like a iPhone 12 or something, and the volume didn't even work on it very well.
Your phone was
like
going
you can
out.
Barely hear my audio if you go real deep into my shit.
Yeah,
and video still went viral on it.
Dude, that's cool. That's cool. So you're just kind of throwing them up there, kind of seeing what works,
seeing what
works,
doesn't work. And once you see what works, you should definitely hammer it because that becomes your niche.
Oh yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So do you think that you just have a niche, or are you still trying to fit things in and like, you know what I mean?
I definitely do. Like I get compared to like Drewski a lot on his type of stuff.
There's definitely a lot of similarities.
There's a lot of similarities in it, which he's done it before me, and he's the GOAT, man. Yeah. He's hilarious.
Drewski's hilarious.
He's funny, and but I have a different twist on my stuff, just like everybody else.
Yeah. Well, you want to stay unique.
Just skits in general is my thing.
Yeah.
It depends on what I do. Like if I imitate the customers. When I first started doing TikTok, that's what I first did was
imitating the customers.
Imitate customers. Then it switched. You gradually start learning new stuff and you try new stuff and see what works.
Yeah, exactly.
But when I started doing it, man, I was just focused on just posting 3 times a day because I was watching Gary Vee heavy, man.
Yeah.
I was watching him heavy, and he's right.
Yeah,
he's right. If you don't believe it, he's right about a lot of stuff.
It's so funny you say that because I have banter with him. I'm like, Gary Vee says this, says that. And it's like, if you're not wrong about a lot of things, it kind of is like, listen. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Gary Vee's a smart guy. I agree.
He's not where he's at for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yep.
He's not a dumbass.
He's got the track record.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, he's been doing this. He was like
the wine library, making content.
Yes, dude. He is early. Like, he's been doing this for as long as I've been alive.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
And he preaches, you know, like everybody wants to hit a home run. Everybody wants to just do everything fast, man. It takes a long time to get anything done and that's just with anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's social media or you learning how to play baseball, man.
Right, exactly. It applies to all different things. So let me ask you this. So, like I said, after you have those first few videos, how are you figuring out how you want to keep it going? You know what I'm saying? Because like you don't want it to just die down. Like what do you learn throughout the process to, you know, keep you going, trying to evolve your content and stuff?
If you want to evolve your content and learn how to keep going, you need to look at your analytics a lot, and you need to see what's working. And you need to try to do the same thing and come up with better ideas. This is really funny about me, though. I never write anything down.
Yeah.
So it's
like kind of on the spot.
Everything's on the spot. It's if it's in my head, I try it on the camera.
Yeah.
I had a guy record for me, my employee. His name is Tim. He recorded a lot of my videos, and he was like a really good camera actor. Like, with going with me, improving with me. So I would say like 95% of my videos are improv.
Okay.
But like I was saying, you want to go look at your analytics, and it'll tell you everything. If you want to go viral, you need to.
So you really take a good look at your analytics. You really focus on that.
Oh yeah, you want to, which you'll know if it works or doesn't work.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But I'm not saying you shouldn't only do what works because what works might not be what you like.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of which, have you ever had a time where it's like you want to post like content, but it doesn't kind of fit your niche? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, have you ever had that?
Yeah, conflict? I've done that, and they flop, man.
Do they?
Yeah, they flop.
Do you like? Is that kind of bittersweet? Like,
in a way.
Yeah, because it's like you want to post what you want, but then at the same time you also want to, you know, give the content to your fans that they enjoy.
Of course. You want to make yourself happy, but you also want to make your fan base happy.
Exactly.
So you need to do both. You should never put something down because you don't think it's gonna work. You should always just try it.
Right. Try everything. Gary V wouldn't like it if you didn't try something. Oh, he says try everything.
You should try everything, man, and you should not care what. You guys are fresh out of high school, not too long. You know, you're doing your thing. You guys are doing good. A lot of things that hold people back is they get stuck in high school, man.
Right. Well, they can't I get exactly what you're saying. A lot of people after high school, they kind of hit a point where it's like they don't feel like they need to learn anything else. Mm-hmm. So they kind of just, you know, go with the flow where it's like after you get out of high school is when you should try to be learning as much as you can on your own. Oh, that is the most important thing.
You don't even need to go to school. I think school's bullshit. You should just try everything. We're young. You know?
Exactly. Well, you're just 27, right?
I turn 27 next week, and I know I'm young, man.
Yeah.
That's.
Well, happy early.
Thank you.
Happy early birthday.
Just try to do everything, man. And don't be afraid of what people think. That's the thing. When I say, "Oh, you guys are fresh out of high school," I used to care. Like after high school, the people from my high school that followed me, what would they think about me doing skits in my store, or trying to acting it? Then I was like,
fuck it.
I don't give a fuck what they think.
Right.
Why would I care what Jenny from 10th grade in my math class thinks of my video?
So after you get out of high school, like how do you get over that though? Because for some people that's like a crippling, like that's like a lot of people can't get over that. They can't get over that self, like how their image is. You know what I mean? They don't want to tarnish their image when in reality after high school you don't really even have an image.
You know, especially if you were popular in high school, that's what will kill you because you're so used to it. And then you get out of high school and you get into the real world and you realize you ain't shit.
Yeah.
You ain't shit.
That can be a problem for a lot of people.
That's a big problem for a lot of people, and they need to learn not to care about that. Because I used to think, like, I still hang out with some of my boys from high school. They're my boys, and but mostly everybody from high school you don't see.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
I have no idea the statistic, but you have thousands of people in your high school, and you may be like throughout a 10-year period, you maybe keep in touch with maybe 10 people.
Maybe 10, yeah.
Maybe 10. So like that percentage, it's like kind of ridiculous actually. Yeah. So for somebody to think that they are like super crazy and got a lot of shit going on. I mean, some people have shit going on, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, but
you're too young. You don't have experience. Like, you know what I mean?
People make it look like they got shit going on, especially on Instagram. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I have a quick question for you. Considering you have a social media, you know, you have like a niche and you post stuff like that. Do you ever wish you had like a personal account where you can just post like some, like some family stuff, or do you kind of not really like?
If I want to post family stuff on my,
not just family
I
stuff.
see what you're saying. Like
be
something
normal social media.
normal social media, not only post reels or like videos. I never really thought about it. I don't really care too much for it because before that I never really posted anything too much about my personal life.
You kind of just kept it to yourself.
I kind of kept it to myself, anyways, because I don't really. My personal life is my personal life. I'm married.
Yeah,
and I don't post my wife a lot because people are nuts.
Well, also with the following that you have, I mean, I wouldn't post too much because then people will start having opinions that
exactly
don't matter.
Exactly, that doesn't matter, and you don't want them to affect your personal life.
Well, yeah, I think actually that was a question I had for you. How is your family kind of taken into like?
They love it, man. My brother's got like 200,000 on TikTok too.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
so
he streams now. My sister has like 300,000 on TikTok.
That's dope.
She makes videos. She lives in Michigan now. My brother does Facebook videos too.
Let me ask you this: do you think, not saying that you did things for them, but do you think having one person in your family kind of know how things work, you could kind of give them an insight to, hey, do this. This might help you grow faster.
100%. Yeah, I clown them. I tell them, y'all TikTok famous because of me.
Yeah.
You saw your little brother do it.
Yeah.
The
little brother.
I'm the youngest out of 4.
Yes.
I always mess with them. I'm like, none of y'all be famous if I didn't start this shit.
I bet dude, I bet your all's family dinners are crazy.
Oh, dude, they're nuts.
I bet it's so fun, though. I bet it's so fun.
And you should see my brother, man. You look at it. A lot of the shit I get is from my brother.
Well, y'all are both. Does he do comedy as well?
Yeah, he does like the same type of skits. We were doing them together. I was doing it before him though.
Yeah.
And then he started doing. He's like, "Damn, this is."
Then
he started doing it.
Yeah.
And he just started doing it consistently.
Doing good.
And he got big. And then he really likes to stream video games. Like he's doing the GTA like RP server now.
The role play.
Yeah.
Stuff like
and
that.
That shit's actually like. That's really good content too because that shit's improv.
Well, the thing about streaming, I think, is like where in a video you can, not saying yours or anybody's is, but like you can kind of script those. Streaming, you can't like.
You can't.
It's all improv.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You can obviously have an idea of like, hey, I want to say this in the stream, but it's all, that's as real as it gets when it comes to the social media shit.
Mm-hmm.
Streaming is like, I'm kind of half and half on streaming. I feel like I would have fun doing it, but I kind of feel like. You know what I mean?
I tried it. I tried it last year.
Do you like it?
We sold our gas stations, and I wasn't doing shit for like 4 months, 5 months. I was doing a lot of stand-up comedy because I was free. I didn't have a store at the time. I was traveling. If I can go get a opening spot like anywhere, like I one time, one of my buddies, Sean Latham, he's a really funny comedian. He used to work for Barstool.
Oh, cool.
He was the $20 chef. You might have heard of him.
Maybe. I'm good with faces, not names.
He's funniest dude ever, man, and he's a really good mentor when it comes to like stand up. Stand up. And I help him with social media. If he has an idea or something. He toured with Gabriel Iglesias for like 3 years.
Really?
So he's seen it all.
Oh yeah.
He grew up in LA.
Stand up. Yeah.
And he's big and he helps. You need that if you're gonna be do stand up. You need somewhat of a mentor.
Oh yeah.
To help you.
I think especially nowadays. For some people, it's hard to even be able to be on stage. You know what I mean? Telling jokes live.
Dude, I remember the first time I tried it. It was about a year and 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I first tried. I was like, that's like, because stand-up comedy is like that's true comedian stuff.
Oh yeah.
The online stuff is
you can
easy
make videos, but what separates a real comedian from like a social media comedian is the stand-up.
Well, that's why I want to do it too, because I want to be like a real comedian. You know what I'm saying? I want to separate myself. I don't want to just do, because that shit you can just retake. If you don't like it, you don't have to post
exactly.
it. You get up in front of people, you have one take.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You write your shit and you have to do it right there.
Exactly. Have you ever bombed?
Man, if you do stand-up comedy and you say you never bombed, you're a liar.
Right.
Oh, I bombed many times, man. I've performed in front of go do the open mics. You do it in front of 5 people.
Yeah.
And that shit's awkward as hell.
How are those? How are you? What's some of your thoughts going through that?
Dude, when you start bombing and you start doing it in front of it's hard to it's way harder. I always say this, it's way harder to make 3 people laugh than to make 300.
Oh, dude. Well, it's because they feel singled. You know what
exactly.
I mean? I feel like they would feel singled in there.
If they don't if you might be funny for one group of people and not funny for the other.
Right. Well, it also the sense of humor.
It depends on who's out there.
Yeah.
And, when you got 3 people out there, you're in. They're probably like a couple of the open micers, like friends.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't even want to laugh. They don't even want to laugh for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Which Lexington needs a bigger
comedy scene.
I would. There's a lot of comics out there, really good comics too, believe it or not. And
well, I've heard a lot of comedians say this. I mean, I think or from what I've heard, I'm not a stand-up comedian, but it's like all about the bombing. Like it's all about how you handle the bombing. It's all about how you handle those like first 100 shows. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's all about those. And then, you learn through those experiences I saw this on your page. You're pretty good at crowd work.
I love doing crowd work.
Crowd work is pretty cool. I
love doing crowd work because when you go up, like I got off into it quick, and that's because the social media gave me an advantage,
right,
to do bigger shows with other comedians,
right?
Which I started off with the open mics just like anybody else.
Well, that's such an advantage. Like that sets you aside immediately so much. That's a great
there's people that I was doing open mics with, and they have to do the open mics until they can build up a reputation. I would always try to preach to them when I was doing. I was like, you guys need to do something online,
right? To try to get. It's like double spread.
You're
like spreading your voice this way and this way.
Exactly. You need to nowadays. Back in the day, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
But now you have to be known. Yeah. To grab an audience, because if you want to go get booked at a comedy club, their main objective is to sell tickets and sell beer. That's what this comedian Etta May. I don't know if she's from Kentucky. She's really funny.
Etta May.
Yeah.
I maybe
faces.
Yeah.
She told me, she's like, and she used to tell, she goes, she's an older comedian. She goes, we hate people like you.
Really?
Because the social media guys are
yeah.
A real comedian doesn't like a guy like me.
Well, let me ask you that. What defines a real comedian?
I don't know, actually. I would consider myself a real comedian, even if I didn't do stand-up comedy.
Yeah. I think being able to read, whether it's an audience through in person or online, I think it's being able to, not only just make people laugh, but be able to make people feel an emotion behind that laugh. You know what I mean? I heard you say this before on your page. You just really like making people laugh. I think that's what makes a great comedian. It's not about just followers, or it's not about just how many tickets you sell. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's why people go to those shows, is to feel good, to have those emotions.
And a lot of people go to comedy shows just like they go to concerts. People want to get away, man.
Yeah, exactly.
People want to not think about their everyday problems. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes. And that's a place where you can do it, because like for that hour you're laughing, and you're not thinking about your bills. You're not thinking about any bullshit, and that's what really matters.
Let me ask you this: how hard is it to write stand-up comedy?
It's pretty tough, because when I first started doing it, I didn't have really any guidance, so I would just jot down everything,
just thoughts.
It would literally be like paragraphs, and then I realized like that's way too long.
Yeah.
And when I go out there, it would be like I'm reading a paragraph off.
Yeah.
So I started. I got with the right people, and they started teaching me,
mentoring you.
Yeah. You need to have like a topic, and then you need to branch off into a story, a punchline.
Yep.
But if you do crowd work, you could take 5-10 minutes off your set by doing crowd work.
Right. Exactly.
And not having
you can throw it in and out.
Exactly. Yeah. Like there's a lot of people that they have bits and they have their set, but they go off into the crowd work, and it takes like 20 minutes. You know, you're messing with the crowd.
And so it's kind of like taking up your time to.
Exactly.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, because there's a lot of different, like your presence on stage can mean a lot of different things. Like a lot of people, they like doing the crowd work. There's some people that don't. It seems like they don't do any crowd work really.
Yeah.
How do you think is finding that, or how do you go about finding the good balance? You know what I mean? Or do you think there is a right balance, or like how do you?
It depends on the comedian to me. Like, right. Andrew Schultz.
Yes.
He's like the king of crowd work right now.
Yeah.
He's killing it. That guy's I think he's like either the funniest comedian or he's top 3 to me.
Top 3?
At the moment, yes. Yeah. I think he's got a great podcast. He's got, he's doing great things. He's doing movies now, and
dude,
he kills it, but
there's so much that can come with being a comedian. There's so much. And I can understand the appeal, because you can do stand-up, you can get into movies, you can get into social media. You know what I mean?
It's funny you say that, because once you become like, especially once you do stand-up, you like acting to me is way easier, which I haven't done any acting gigs. That's something in the future I want to do.
Yeah, you kind of have to.
But
branch
if
into
you
it.
do stand up, because you write your own things,
Right.
and you have to go out there and perform it yourself. Acting, they give you a script and they tell
You
you
can put your character on somebody else's words.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's easier to do than actually getting up there and
Right.
because you're by yourself up there.
Yeah.
There's nobody to help you.
Yeah, there's nobody. So let me ask you this. When it comes to building character, because that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like that's what people do on social media. Some people like to hide that. Some people
Uh-huh.
don't. You know, they're open to talk about it. How do you go about building a character for people like, you know, for people to see you, but also being able to express yourself? And that's kind of getting back to what we were talking about earlier. How are you able to express enough character for you to where you're happy doing it, but you're also like staying true to your fans and trying to build that, like I said, your character?
So you're trying to like how
Like
do
you-
I like a character as in like how I do country
your persona,
or my
like
persona.
So when you go up and do stand up, or you know you have your page and stuff,
Mhm.
how do you build that? You know what I mean? Because a lot of people they have a hard time trying to figure out where to start, or like, you know, even somebody, for me being a small YouTuber, like sometimes it's hard to really realize how you want to come off.
It's more or less like trial and error, man. You need to try multiple things,
Yeah.
and you'll know what you like and what works best for
Right,
you.
what you gravitate towards.
What you gravitate towards.
Yeah.
I mean, but you should still always just do what you love to do. still at
Yeah,
the same
yeah.
time.
Stay
Like-
true to yourself. Exactly.
Like I love doing the 5 on the diesel. Like those are probably
Five
my
on
5
diesel.
on the diesel,
5 on
baby.
the
How
diesel.
you doing, you son of a bitch? You all right? Love doing that shit because
Dude,
I grew
that's
up.
awesome.
I grew up in that shit,
Yeah.
man.
You know,
I
it's
mean,
so
I grew
funny.
up in Lexington, but I would say I spent more time in Eastern Kentucky
Yeah.
than I did in Lexington because when you work in a gas station, you work for a family, you work all day.
Yeah.
It's like a slave job, man.
Yeah.
You're stuck to it. It's your baby, you
Yeah.
know.
I can imagine, funny, just what I was thinking about. I can imagine you before you became famous saying that. And like, how does that feel saying, because I'm sure you've probably said that before you went
But-
famous, right?
Well, I say 5 on the diesel because people would come in and they wouldn't necessarily. They'll get 5 and not even 5 in gas. The way that came upon was because this guy come in a big ass truck
Yeah.
and he's like, "Hey, come in." And I was like, "Oh, he's about to fill up." And he's like, "Hey, let me get 5 in diesel." And I was like, "Where the fuck you going, dude?"
Like
The next
5
pump?
feet.
I was like,
Oh my God.
or they'll come and get like, "Let me get $2 in gas. I just need something to get home." I was like, "How the fuck are you gonna get back?"
Right. Oh my gosh.
My dad used to say, "Well, you got a pump at the house."
Dude, that's hilarious.
Which there's
Oh.
nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with getting $2 or I don't care what
Right,
you get.
It's just like, how are you going to get back?
Exactly. That's where that come about. And I think exactly when that guy did that, I like turned to Tim, my cameraman, and I was like, "Oh, that's fucking hilarious."
We got to make a video of that.
And then that joke stuck. I used to make fun, Carhartt.
Yeah.
Me and my brother
Dude,
do
your
that.
content is
That
hilarious.
sus ass shit.
Yeah.
I actually had when I did the Carhartt I used to have a thing called the Carhartt handshake.
Yeah.
Where me and my brother, you see someone wearing
Oh, where
Carhartt, and then
you
you
did-
spin around or some shit.
then smack
or I
the
slap
ass.
his
Yes.
ass. I had Drewski comment on that.
Yeah. Really?
Jack Harlow commented on that.
That's cool.
That was like made my day, dude. When I saw
Dude,
those
I'm
two,
sure.
especially Drewski, because he's
kinda like,
I don't want to sound like a fanboy, but
Yeah.
we do kind of the same thing. So
Well,
if
it's-
he thinks it's funny, that's like a
He's in your lane.
Yeah,
I don't think it's being a fanboy. Kind of how I look at it is he's in your lane. At somebody at top of your lane, you kind of like, you're not looking for that you kind of get what I'm saying, you're not looking for them to
Exactly.
do that, but like them doing that is like, oh damn, I'm going in the right direction.
I'm on the right track.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm sure.
So
dude,
that was dope. That was dope as hell.
dude, the 5 on diesel. He even said something to me about that. Dude,
It's
that's
catchy
fucking
as hell.
hilarious.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
trademark it.
Dude, that would be.
I don't know
awesome.
if I can. I need to get into that.
So that one's.
Can you
that-
imagine walking to a gas station if you got 5 on diesel, you had to pay me like a royalty?
Oh my god, dude, that would actually be
I
kind
mean,
of crazy.
that's the reason why they probably wouldn't trademark it because
Yeah.
it's too broad of a statement.
Yeah. Well, so I want to ask you this. So you owned a gas station. Now you own a smoke shop. I kind of want to get into your business side now.
Okay.
So how did you owning a gas station come about? You're only 27, so to own a gas station, that's big work. That's a lot of work.
I
for
owned a
somebody
gas
that's young.
station. My dad, this is how it started.
Okay.
My dad always been running stores. He had a country store off Old Frankfurt Pike when he
Mhm.
first come to this country. He came to New York. Your regular immigrant
Yeah.
story.
Oh, so he's like
He's
that's
yeah.
first-
He wasn't
first
he-
generation.
I'm a first generation American.
Cool.
By God. You hear that, boy?
First generation. First generation.
I don't even like them Arabs anymore.
I'm full blood American.
Full-blooded American. So yeah, my dad came. He came to New York, did that spiel. Came with his whole family. They came. I don't know why they picked Kentucky.
Dude,
And believe it or not, there's a lot of Arabs in Kentucky,
Really?
especially in Lexington. There's a big group of Arabs in Lexington.
I did not know that.
One came, they're like, "Hell, it's cheap here. Let's settle here. Let's New York.
Let's bring the family.
It's goddamn $4 a gallon in New York.
Let's get all the U-Hauls at the U-Haul station and bring the whole family down." Yep.
We're gonna cash checks for a living.
Oh, dude. But see, the thing is, I'm sure like for immigrants that like coming to somewhere that's cheaper, that's like a big advantage.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's a huge advantage,
Dude,
man.
New York is crazy.
Well, that's where everybody went.
Yeah.
My dad's different. He's like, I'm going to Kentucky. Fuck you guys. But other than that, sorry,
I wonder what the initial. Okay, let me ask you this: you knowing your dad, what do you think the initial appeal was?
Honestly,
Kentucky?
his brother came.
Okay.
Yeah, his brother went to New York, and he's like, "All right, I'll go with you."
Yep. Well, his initial appeal to Kentucky. What do you think that like? What brought them here specifically?
I think his brother went to visit, and I think they just saw a lot of opportunity,
and they just kind of stayed.
Yeah, and they're like, let's go here. And I'm sure that went through their head. It's a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
You can buy a business a lot cheaper.
Well, rent.
But this was back in the 80s too.
Yeah. Well,
there were 7. My dad had 6 brothers, and
okay,
5 or 6 of them they all did business together.
See, that's such a big advantage.
Yeah.
Like my brother and me have talked about that before. I only have one brother, so
Okay.
one brother, and
Older or younger?
He's 10 years older than me, so there is quite a bit of.
My brother's 7 years older.
Yeah, quite a big age difference, but like we've talked about it before. It sucks. My family didn't hand down any type of business, any type of land, and that kind of sucks. So to have that in your family is great.
Oh yeah, man. I'm super blessed.
Yeah.
And once we get into we talk about like how it he came here and they started businesses. They bought, they sold businesses, and you gradually get into next levels.
You
scale up, and then he sold a store and he didn't have income for a long time, and it was like. Even if you sell something, you make a lot of money on it. It's not the same as having income,
right?
Because you can have a lump sum of money,
but nothing's coming in.
Nothing's coming in. Your bills don't stop.
Yeah,
your lifestyle doesn't change.
It's only
so I would recommend if you ever get into that opportunity, try to keep what you have.
Yeah.
That way you don't put yourself in a position where you have to change your lifestyle.
Right. Exactly.
Because that money just you can spend money quick.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah. That's why I actually don't know again the percentage, but I mean, there's a majority of the people that win the lottery end up going broke.
Oh yeah, go broke
because that switching lifestyle is too much for them to handle.
Exactly.
Or, they start like one thing that I can imagine in that circumstance is like winning the lottery. You choose you kind of get to choose your lifestyle, so you choose something that isn't sustainable. So then when it becomes not sustainable, you're like in panic mode. You have to sell everything, and then they're back at
broker than before.
Yeah, almost square one or in debt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, so back into your dad came here. They opened up the gas station. Right?
The gas station we were last in he had like 5 other businesses probably before.
Oh, prior.
That. Yeah. And then he got into that.
So he
by himself without his brothers.
Okay.
Just kind of everybody started doing their own thing. Yeah. So he done that, and then
they started scaling up as a family. Yeah.
And then he had a couple brothers that passed away. That's kind of like broke up.
Oh yeah.
They took their stores. Like everyone had their own stores.
Right.
He went to Powell County. He needed a store.
Yeah. Well, it's probably a lot cheaper there as well.
It was cheaper. And then his nephew, my cousin, used to own it for him. So he kind of put him in a deal with it.
It kept it in the family, but still being able to.
He sold it to him. I mean, and then we spent like 12, 13 years there in Stanton. And I love that place, man.
Yeah.
I still go there like once.
You still film content?
Yeah,
right?
I still go there to record content. The new owners are really nice. We had 2 gas stations there right beside each other.
Really?
Yeah. The woman
is it ever
used to
conflicting?
Not necessarily. Me and my brother really took it over because we didn't want competition to come.
Well, let me ask you this. So me being somebody that's not in the gas station business, how does it work when there's like 3 gas stations right next to each other? Is it really them all just trying to be the better brand so people that go there?
Yeah, and it depends on your market. If you have 3 gas, especially in a small town, a lot of it's word of mouth and how you treat people. You need to treat people really good, and because it's such
the better competitor.
Lexington doesn't matter as much. Because it's a city, but that's small town, man. You need to treat people nice. You need to do the right thing. That spot. Yeah, you got to fight to be the best there.
Yeah, exactly.
Which he made a good name for myself. My dad was honest with everybody, and he's just a good businessman, and he taught me a lot. Yeah. helped me. That's why I say I'm blessed.
Right, exactly.
Because I learned so much
knowledge.
without going to college, and
Yeah.
I was put in a position. Not everybody's put in positions like that.
Right.
To know, you know, like your dad owns a store or something, and that's just like a super blessing for me.
So you came from the gas station. Did you have anything to do in that business deal, or like without getting too much in your business, did you have anything to do with that business deal to be able to get your smoke shop?
Yes. Which we operate as a family. My dad's not in on this one. It's me and my brother, but he definitely helped fund it.
There you go.
But he gets, he get paid a percentage just to pay him back. I wouldn't have been able to do it without my dad.
Well, opening up a store, man, any type of store is
But he
expensive.
taught me how to run stores.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So at a young age, I learned how to do it.
Yeah. Were you helping him out at like the stores when you were?
Oh,
real
yeah.
young?
When I get suspended from high school, I'd have to go over there and work. And then once it was just a full-time job after that.
Yeah.
And then me and my brother got our own gas station, and then I learned how to do it, which he's doing that for a reason. He's trying to teach me.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to be here forever.
No.
And that's how a lot of Arab families are, and immigrant families.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They start a business and then you want to pass it down to your kids. That's the whole point.
A lot of
that's
people,
the whole point of doing it, you know?
I think what that is though is a lot of people that come here and they bring a family here, or they, you know, their family's kind of secluded, like their whole family's not here. You know, they like to keep things in the family so that, you know, that's how I wish my family was. You know, I wish that that's kind of what I was hitting on earlier. I kind of wish that, you know, my grandparents were handing stuff down. I mean, it's better for,
It's very rare. It's very rare.
It's rare. No, that's cool.
But I tell you what, you can start it for yours.
No, exactly. That's the goal. That's the goal.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
that's the goal.
You have a good head on your shoulders, man.
Yeah, I'd love to. I mean, as much as you know, I don't want to copy anybody. Like Dad's, I love.
Oh, Dad's Favorites.
Dad's Favorites is the best.
Love that place.
He's such a good guy. He's super cool.
What a guy.
Yeah, what a guy.
Just a guy.
Yeah, I think what he's doing and what he's done is pretty cool because he really started from nothing on a cheese spread.
Of course.
And you know, his sons will now be able to have that.
Exactly.
But I want to get back into the smoke shop. So you go from the gas station.
Yep.
Now you open this with your brother.
I'm sitting on my ass for like 4 or 5 months. Mm-hmm. Money's just draining out.
Yeah. Well, opening up a business, dude,
which I didn't have income at the time.
Yeah.
I had a little bit, like I wasn't even making money on social media.
Yeah.
Like, you know, people think you. Also, I keep getting off topic. You know, when someone sees you and they say, the first thing they ask you is, "How much money do you make?" It's so annoying. Or people, which it's not a big deal, but that's all they're worried about.
Well, I think that's what people think about.
That's like what random people say to me. Not even like people I know. Like, "Oh, you're the guy from TikTok," and then they go, "You make anything off?"
Yeah. Well, also, do you think
why does it matter?
Right, like it's not like you're getting a penny.
Yeah, exactly. Why do you care?
Yeah, exactly. That's funny.
But then, I sat down for like 4 months. I traveled a lot, did some stand up. I really enjoyed myself. But I like having I like having a business. I like getting up and going to work. People hate that. Like they think retirement is like, I don't believe in retirement.
Fuck no,
dude. I think retirement is bullshit.
Retirement is when you've like hit your shit. You can't work.
Yeah, you can't. I mean? Yeah, like I think you should work. I think you should get up and do stuff.
I think what it is though, and I have a big opinion on this. I think what it is people don't want to retire, or people want to retire, but like, for instance, somebody like us, I don't want to retire because I enjoy working. Mm-hmm. I also want to enjoy what I'm working on, though. Exactly. So a lot of people, they have careers that they don't enjoy, so they're like, I'm ready to get out of here. Exactly. I'm ready to, you know, move on.
Retire.
Retire. Yeah, exactly. Or see, even a lot of people that do retire, they end up in going to work for, say it's an old lady, they like to knit. They'll go to the little knitting shop, even though they make no money. Exactly. You know, it's that they stay busy. They kind of stay in the loop.
I think that shit keeps you alive too.
Oh, 100%. Well, it's a object in motion stays in motion. Object at rest stays at rest. If you're working all the time, you know, you're in the gym, or you're say you're fucking 60.
Thought about it like that. That's actually a good point.
And you're walking, you know what I mean? You're going to continue to walk every day. Exactly. That week that you take off, you become a week behind, and your body becomes stiffer. Exactly. And it's like a snowball effect. Exactly. You know what I mean? Exactly. And I'm a big believer in like I said, what I said, staying in motion as long as you can is really important. You know, it does keep you alive. Even being happy, you know, of course, keeps you alive, your emotions and stuff like that. But yeah, back to the shop.
Back to the shop. I'm sitting down. I'm like starting to like, I'm like, all right, that's enough. I've had my time. Cause I worked like, even like from like 14 to I think I was 25 at the time.
Yeah.
I just always worked, and then taking 4 or 5 months off work, not knowing what to do, like just
Probably
sitting
like,
down.
I'm bored
It's
as shit.
weird. It's weird and it's boring as fuck.
Yeah.
Because everybody's working during the day, and you have no one to fucking talk to. I wasn't
Right.
married at the time, so you're just like, so I'm
just
starting.
hanging
I'm
out.
I'm just like looking up. I'm
Yeah.
calling people. I'm like, maybe we should try this business or do this. I'm calling everybody. I call my cousin. I was like, I originally wanted to open a smoke shop, like
Yeah.
just open it.
Yeah.
This business we purchased from somebody. It was
Well,
already
yeah,
open.
Yeah, it was already there.
Yeah. I wanted to open a smoke shop. Where was it? Crumbs.
Crumbs. Where's that?
Right beside
I've heard of it. I can't think of where it's at.
yeah. Girls.
Okay. Yeah,
Burritos. Yeah. My cousin used to own that. I was like, oh, what's the rent on that? Maybe it's a good location for a smoke shop. He said, oh, well, why don't you just go over to Prince? He has a smoke shop.
He's trying to sell it.
He's like, he wasn't even, he said he might sell it.
Okay.
Just ask him.
Yeah.
You know? So I told him, I said, you call him. I don't have his number. I said, call him up real quick and see if he'll sell the place.
Yeah. Did you get a good deal on it?
It's fair.
Kind of.
It's fair.
So how'd that conversation go? Like you
It was so random, man. It was like he called him, the owner called me, and he just told me, he's like, yeah, I'll sell it. He goes,
if the price is right, I'll sell it.
and he just gave me a price. He said, I'm not going off that price, because he didn't necessarily want to sell it.
Yeah.
And that's how the sale of our gas station went. Like, my dad didn't want to sell it,
But somebody gave him
but
a
if
good
somebody
offer.
offered him, you know,
Yeah, somebody
X
offers,
amount,
yeah.
he'll take it.
Well, the thing about that is if you actually know how to run a business and stuff, like the knowledge that your dad has, he can just take that money, take his profits, and go open up
Exactly.
something better.
Which my dad is, he doesn't need a lot of money to live. He's really like, he likes to just hang out at the house, drink beer and chill. You know, he doesn't need a lavish lifestyle.
Right. Exactly.
You know, if he wanted to buy a nice car, he could, but he just doesn't care. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I like about my dad.
He's probably a family man.
He's
so
a very big. That's all he is, man.
Yeah.
He's only worried about that's what I try to tell him sometimes. Yeah, go on vacation, go enjoy yourself, man.
Give yourself
You're
some
so bent up over that. Called the guy though, and we bought the place.
That's cool.
In a week.
I want to ask you this. So you being a busy person, and like sometimes I like to ask people this, and also for myself, you being a busy person, how do you utilize your time? Like, what are some things that you do to keep you organized, stuff like that, to keep you, you know, because having a lot on your plate can be a lot to handle sometimes.
So honestly, especially with me and my brother, it helps that we're partnered, and he takes care of certain things in the store, and I take care of my stuff that I do. Like, you know,
Right.
if I do payroll, I do certain orders for like vapes and stuff.
Yeah.
And I take care of that stuff, but I also like to make time with, like, okay, I need to still focus on my social media.
Right.
So I need to go twice a month. The old store used to be called Airport Market.
Okay.
And it's just like basic organizing.
Right.
I am busy, but like, you know, I try to make time for everything. I'll write it down.
You're kind of able to put it all out and be able to see
Which
it.
I'm so used to that lifestyle of just being constantly
go.
busy, on the go.
Yeah.
So I'll make time. I'm like, all right, hey, on Tuesday I need to go to Airport Market. I need to shoot 20 videos.
So, okay, that was actually something I wanted to ask you. Do you pre-record a lot of content? So you'll go and shoot maybe 5 or 6, 20 videos at a time, and then kind of put them out periodically, or how do you?
Yeah. I'll go that. I need to actually work on that, because sometimes I'll record like 20, or I'll do like, sometimes if I'm in the good, like if I got a good mood on me,
Yeah.
I can record
At a few
30,
hours?
40 skits.
Wow.
Like,
But
just like, and
so-
I'm talking like,
And so you're just on the spot. You're like, hey, this will be good.
this would be good.
This will
A
be good.
lot of it's recycling too.
Yeah.
And I think you should always do that.
Yeah.
You should always take something, like, it might not work 2 years ago, but it might work now.
Kinda
You need
put
to
a
tweak
new
it. You need to
spin.
trim it, put a little spin on it.
Yeah.
I do that a lot. So a lot of it is not that hard to do, because the idea is already there somewhat.
Right.
But I don't write anything down. Actually, the first time I wrote something down was 2 weeks ago.
Really?
I wrote down, like, just because I was in a hurry.
Yeah.
And I was like, I
You
need
don't
to
want
go.
to forget it.
I don't want to forget it. So I wrote down like 20 ideas.
Oh, that's it.
And then me and Tim, we went down, we were there, and we just
Tim?
knocked them out.
Yeah.
Knocked them out. But
Dude,
like, other than that, man, I just used to just give him my phone. Like, here, record this.
Yeah. It's super simple. I love that, because it's like, quick question. Do you think if you put too much thought into it, it'd kind of hinder your funniness?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
So you try to, you keep it on the fly and on the spot, because it keeps that authenticity.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it's organic as hell.
Yeah.
A lot of times working in a gas station, you know, you see so many different customers, and the customer will just now do something to you.
Right.
Like, break this 5 times, give me this six quarters, and
Yeah.
you're like, you're
Something
so frustrating. And so, I know so many people deal with that.
Yeah.
Why not make a video out of it?
Right.
And it's like, so I'll go around the counter and I'll just do the same exact thing she did
Yeah.
or he did, and it just make it funny.
Yeah.
Put a twist on it.
Not to change the subject too much, but just because I remembered you saying this at the beginning, just for the fans that are watching this from your social medias and stuff, do you want to explain how you got your name?
Oh yeah. Okay, I'll tell you the whole story.
Okay.
So John Gotti is an Italian name. I'm Arab. I'm Jordanian. By the way, I'm a Christian Arab.
Okay.
A lot of that's like
Muslim.
2%. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like 2%. Like 2% of Arabs are Christian, which that's religion. That doesn't matter. But I used to sell hookah pipes when I was in high school.
Okay.
And I used to, I had a kid working. I had my buddy's friend. He was a freshman, just selling them for me. I'd give him $1 a stick. I would make like fucking $12.
Yeah.
A stick.
But in high school, man.
But I was like, just always doing
Trying to
something.
do something
And then
right.
like my buddy, I think it was like Blake or somebody. They used to go, Joe Gotti.
Yeah.
Joe Gotti. And I used to have a temper too. And I get in fights and I get my ass whooped. I whoop somebody's ass, whatever. But it was more like, I was always making money. I was always doing dumb
You're
shit.
always in the loop.
In the loop, man.
Yeah.
I was always in it. And that was, the high school days. They used to call me, but all my friends just started sticking. They're like, Joe Gotti.
So it was just a nickname.
It was a
and then kinda
nickname.
stuck.
Never thought anything of it. I made it my Instagram, just like some people. Joe is so easy. Like some people do G.I. Joe or, make stupid names, which who doesn't like the mafia
it's
lifestyle and the movies, The Godfather. Everybody
Joe
loves
Gotti.
that shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It has a good ring
I
to
could
it.
pass as Italian, maybe. To some people think, some people. So actually, I kept it, and then I made it my TikTok. I made it all my social.
And then one blows up, and you never.
And I blew up, and I was like, I gotta keep it.
Yeah,
because people know you from that.
So if you, you could, but
actually, my Facebook is my real name, Joseph Simon.
Okay, if you could, would you ever try to change? It's maybe too late now, but would you ever would you want to, or you just like it?
I like it. I think it's me now.
Yeah,
it
kind of
it's me now. Plus,
let me ask you this: is it kind of your alter ego, like when you put that Joe Gotti on?
Joe Gotti, some people. It depends on what I do, man. Sometimes, if I want to go to a restaurant, sometimes
you're Joseph Simon, and then when you're out,
I'm Gotti.
Yeah.
A lot of times, my friend Blake, my boy Blake, he was gonna come with me, but he's busy. He does a lot of stuff with me sometimes with social media. He used to record a lot of my stand up, and he'd come to my first. He's my boy.
Yeah,
he'd be a Gotti.
Gotti.
That just shit's smooth as hell, man.
It sounds
just
good.
saying that it's just smooth as hell, and people like to say it too.
Yeah, Joe Gotti. Like I said, it has a good ring to it.
It has a really good ring to it, so people like to say it. A lot of my social media is like the @ will be like Joe Simon, but the actual name, the actual name will say my real name, but then it'll say @Joe Gotti.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's kind of weird how it works,
but everything works out for a reason. It is what it is. Yeah. I'm gonna keep it. You know what I'm saying?
We're kind of getting to the end. We'll go for probably about 5-10 more minutes. So let me ask you this: how do you want to evolve your content? What are some things that you want to do in the future? Because I know you said you maybe want to get into acting.
Yeah.
Right. You're getting into stand up more. Right. What are kind of your plans, your future? Where do you want to be headed?
Just honestly stay on the right track. I think I'm doing everything right now that I need to be doing. Just keep doing content, keep doing that. Just I want to get into I think being in a movie is like my ultimate goal.
Your ultimate goal.
That's that's awesome.
When you do that, you'll be like,
and okay. It's very possible.
Yeah, very possible.
You know what I'm saying? It could happen. Just like it's possible to do anything now. Like you can message anybody on Instagram or TikTok or anything. They might reply to you. It's not like it used to be. The opportunity is so much easier now than what it used to be.
Everything's at your fingertips.
It's at your fingertips. Yep. Like before, the way I would get shows in Lexington, I would look at the comedy
connections,
comedy off Broadway, see who's coming, and I would DM all of them. Hey, I do social media, look at your spill. I'm starting to do stand up comedy, and I want to learn, and I want to.
Right.
I don't want any money. I don't want anything.
You want to get into it.
I'll help. What's it called? Promote it. I just want to get like 5 minutes.
You're just trying to learn.
I'm just trying to learn. Sometimes they reply, man. Yeah. They give you sets, man. Like really big comedians will do that for you.
So let me ask you this: specifically with the comedy, do you how quick do you want to do that? Like, do you want to eventually be able to like go on a tour, or are you more like because I know you have businesses. I'm kind of trying to figure out like.
Also, I would like to. That's the thing, man. I like the business aspect of life
Yeah.
too. I like running a business.
I'm kind of the same way. I don't have a business right now.
Yeah. Well, you have a business right here.
Well, yeah, but like this is kind of you have social media, but you have a dollar business.
A dollar business,
like
exactly.
A brick and mortar.
Exactly.
That's
I
a better
can
way.
count on,
Yeah.
Because social media is it's weird.
Well, it's like this. If you don't post anything for months, I mean, sometimes YouTube, like you can still get views and that type of thing, but that's a different topic. Like if you, if you don't post anything for a month, your income kind of can dwell. Yeah. But you also want to have that business. So brick and mortar, it's there in person. It's kind of a tangible business, to whereas social media isn't so tangible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can definitely see myself actually getting into more businesses if I get more free time. But I want to get into more of the aspect where I don't have to be there.
Well, the hard part about of course, big CEO Joe Gotti.
But everybody thinks if you get in business, you shouldn't be there. That's not necessarily true. When you're starting out, you should be there.
Yeah, you should.
You should learn everything. And then build it, scale it to where you don't need to be there.
Let me ask you this though, as a business owner, if you could though, like say you could hire a right-hand man, right? That can do what you need to be doing. Would you do that? Or would you kind of rather have your foot in? Because it can really go both ways.
And I have I don't work too much because I have two people that work for me that are really good and they take care of it when I'm not there.
Right.
So I like to keep my foot in things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You like to be
I like to be where my money's at.
Well,
you
let
know
me
what
ask
I'm
you this. Say you ever get an opportunity to be in a show or go on tour or anything. That's when something like that would be able to be at your disposal though.
Well, I'll go, hey Steve.
Yeah.
This is
one of your buddies.
my brother.
Oh, well, yeah.
So it's easier that way.
Yeah.
But we only have one store.
Yeah.
So it's, if I had to, my brother would most definitely be like, all right, I'll work. Go do your thing. Yeah. And we've talked about it before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He would do that for me.
Yeah, he'd be able to help you out.
Yeah, he'll help me out.
What are some things that you're not into right now? Well, you're also young. You're 27. Yeah. What are some things that you're not into now that you can kind of see yourself in the future getting into? Or what are some things, what's some things that you're not like too sold on, but you kind of headed toward, or something
just
like that?
general, or in general, or like in social media, or
both.
I don't collab with a whole lot of people.
Do you like collabing with people, or do you want to do that?
I've done it. I think I need to know the person more deep.
Oh yeah,
than to just
a lot more personal.
Just more personal. Like I collab with this guy named Tyler Booth. He's a country music artist. Mm-hmm. He was probably one of my first collabs. He's from Campton. He's pretty big. We do collabs, but we're friends.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You're friends before.
But we weren't friends before.
Oh, okay.
I got on a live and we started talking to each other.
That's cool.
I think I should do more collabs. I think I should. I don't know what it is, man. I get so comfortable with the way I think I do things. Yeah. I think I should text more people and try to get more exposure.
Right. Well, have you ever thought about doing like any type of merchandising collabs or anything?
Tried it.
How'd that go?
I don't have. I think it would work if I can come up with the base point, like a price to where people can afford it. I was trying to do it with what's that? Bonfire.
What product is it?
It's all they do is you make the design on the shirt and then they ship and they do everything for you.
Oh, so you were just promoting a brand?
Yes.
Like just the brand, okay.
But they make the shirt for you and then you get a cut from it.
Okay.
The price was too high to sell, to be honest with you. And I don't even want to sell something that expensive for.
Well, okay, so I know you're in comedy. Would you ever be interested in doing like something where you could have your own product but be able to promote it through your comedic brand? Because or do you have any ideas?
Yeah, actually, I've always had ideas, like because that's how things are now. You don't need to reach out to other brands and promote their products. You're your brand. You can kind of you're your brand. You know,
especially with your business background. You can
exactly.
You're knowledgeable in the things that you can do. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean. So what type of products would you be interested in, or what
Well, you got to find something that kind of fixes. I think anything alcoholic would work, like an alcoholic beverage. Because you know how like Nelk Boys do Happy Dad.
Dude, that's what I was about to say. Imagine you you were able to
we're in Kentucky, maybe like a whiskey or
you know what I mean. Kind of be a part of a brand.
I wouldn't mind being part of a brand.
Yeah, that'd be cool, like being part of the image of the brand, because that's what Happy Dad has done, and they've done a great job at that. They brought on Drewski.
Exactly.
They brought on Sean O'Malley, and those are people that are pushing their brand.
Marketing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's crazy.
How do you plan on doing more of that, or you kind of just
I would like to
stick
in the future,
to your own thing?
I've been focusing more on just trying to maybe evolve my I think what I need to do is get a little bit more professional now with recording. Because I was telling you, I don't edit anything really. I cut and I write a caption on it.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think that could possibly take a little bit of your authenticity away? Because I'll tell you, just as an outsider looking in on your content, I really like how it's relatable. It kind of looks like, the guy at the gas station or the guy at the shop is just taking his phone and, recording something like a funny skit, right? If you put too much into that, do you think you're losing some of that?
I don't think I'll lose the authentic. I think I would probably, if it's short form reels, I would keep it the same. But I want to do longer. You know how like Trevor Wallace does like I like a YouTube. I maybe want to like expand my YouTube.
How do you throw that in there though? How do you throw because you're primarily a short term or short form content creator. How do you throw in long term content to a audience that doesn't know you
know me for long content?
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like as much as because like I've even seen you've posted a few videos. Like you'll post something to promote something, right? Mm-hmm. It's harder to bring somebody to something that isn't your niche.
Exactly.
So how would you go about throwing that long term content at your audience?
I think just coming out with like just doing more pre-thinking over the content and doing more like almost like a comedy, like almost like a short film.
Okay.
And I think if I did something like that, it would give me a jump start into acting and doing more acting. Well, what I do is acting technically. I'm not considering, I'm not calling myself an actor.
An actor, yeah.
I'm more of like doing improv and like comedy skits. It's got acting involved in it.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you're not yourself. You're not being yourself. But I would like to like in the future, like, and I've actually thought about doing this recently. It's get like a cameraman, like getting someone like Amani Cam, and like spending some money on it and seeing how it is and seeing if I like it.
Yeah. Well, I think. And I also want your opinion. How is it making the short-term content? And I've kind of asked a similar question already. I kind of forget. But do you feel like you can't say everything you want to sometimes? Like you can't.
100%, man. People are soft.
What'd you say?
People are like say whatever I want on my skits.
Well,
a lot of things I can't do because I'm afraid to offend anybody.
Get canceled.
I've been banned off TikTok. Like I lost my whole account.
Really?
Yeah. Honestly, I don't even know how I got that shit back.
Really? So what was it? Just a skit that they flagged, or
I was in my smoke shop. Yeah, and I can't post anything in my smoke shop. That's why I go to the gas station.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought there used to be a bunch of people on TikTok that had.
Some people do it. Some people, I think maybe somebody reported me on my TikTok, whatever. It was whatever. But I woke up one morning and it was just gone. Like it was permanently banned. And like for 3 days, I could not reach out to anybody.
Dude, your heart probably went.
I was just like pissed. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, cause I knew what you can get like. They used to be really strict.
Yeah.
And you can get like, you can get like your 24-hour, you can't post for a week. Yeah. I got a couple of those, but other than that.
Never like a perma ban.
No, not a permanent ban. Yeah. And even before that, I didn't do anything bad on there. Like I haven't had a strike in forever.
Yeah.
I woke up, and it wasn't even a video, it was a story.
Really?
And I was outside of the smoke shop. I wasn't even inside.
So that's crazy.
So it kind of made me think somebody maybe
trying to like look into your stuff.
Report my shit, or
but even
I got it back though. I figured that shit out.
Well, that's good
because if you want your shit back, this is how you do it. I created a new account because I gave up on that one. I really didn't think because I've heard
you didn't think you were gonna get it back.
Didn't think I was gonna get it back, and I know people that got their shit taken them and they never got it back.
Yeah, which sucks.
Started a new account, posted a couple of videos, and then I was like, oh shit, you can message TikTok on this. Like direct, almost direct, like it's like a form you can follow, like if there's a problem. And I just wrote on there, and I made myself sound like, they're like they care a lot about mental health and stuff. So I made it sound like I was pretty tore up
going
over
through
it.
The shitter, yeah.
Next day they put it back.
Oh, dude, that's great. That's great.
Yeah,
though.
It was great. It was
way to talk your way out of a weird situation. You know what I mean?
It was bullshit though. I can't believe they did that. Yeah.
Would you ever be interested, since you deal in a smoke shop? I don't know if you make more money selling just the vapes yourself. Would you ever be interested to making your own vape line?
That it's
probably so expensive.
It's not only that it's expensive; it's so regulated. The vape FDA is so regulated, anyways. Right now,
yeah,
it would be hard to do that.
Well, I know
everybody's thought about. I've thought about doing it.
I know you said you were into alcohol and stuff. What type of like? Would you ever make like products that maybe aren't alcohol that are like support alcohol? You know what I mean? Support alcohol drinking or like what? Is there any specific things that you would like products or anything you'd want to sell or?
the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
I can do something with like diesel, or I can do something with like anything around around my niche.
Yeah.
So like gas stations or something a product that could be sold in a gas station would be really smart
ideal.
to do.
Yeah, that'd be ideal for you.
You know what I'm saying? It's all about thinking about it and then having the right people around you, because you need to have. I don't know much about that aspect.
Yeah.
In business of. Starting that, because every business, and also about the business thing, I think it's way easier to buy a business that's already operating than to start your own.
I wanted to ask you a little bit about that. How is that taking over? Because like you said, it's probably a little easier, but it's probably also taking over somebody else's like group, because I'm sure you've got a bunch of regulars and stuff like that. How is that taking over somebody's?
For this one, it was actually pretty clean, and it was smooth
transition.
It was really smooth. For me, it was easy because I grew up in a store, and it was I can walk into any probably gas station and start ringing people up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was really smooth, and it's half a hookah lounge, right?
Yeah.
So it's a smoke shop and a hookah lounge,
Yeah.
but the smoke shop is the main.
Yeah. Actually, funny thing is, we thought about asking you to shoot in the hookah lounge.
Yeah.
But we just wanted to bring you here for now. Maybe
maybe
one day
actually in the back I got a good set. If we can do it like not like a busy hours, we'd have to do it like either
before it
earlier.
opened or something.
Yeah.
We can do
Yeah,
that.
we can do that.
We'll shoot around 2 one day, and we'll shoot it in the back of the shop.
Ask me anytime, man.
Yes, sir. I really do appreciate you coming out.
Thank you.